1, 2, 3, FCA!
Okay, so we're looking in this situation. If I want to go for my Seoi Nage, I'm going to drop Seoi Nage here. If his weight's up and on his toes, it's really easy for me to get that throw to work. Okay, so we've looked at that Seoi Nage before, and that drop Seoi Nage. If I can get his square to me and his weight's on his toes, that's going to work really well. For him to defend, even if his feet stay square with me, if he gets his weight back in his heels, more into kind of like more of a deadlift position, as I go in and I go for this, he can resist this really well and stay upright. I'm in now a very compromised position. Even worse for me, if he recognizes what I'm going to do and he steps this foot back and gets his weight over there, I'm going to drop here. I've got nothing to launch him over, and he's already off at the quarter. He can step around me very easily, either taking my back or just coming off this quarter. So I've gone for this here, just step around me to the front. Just come around there, run, front hand lock, attacking me there. So I'm in a very vulnerable position if he knows how to defend. It's one of the reasons I don't go for the Seoi Nage a lot, turning my back on me, exposing myself. But I'm going to play off the fact that he knows that I'm going for the Seoi Nage, and he knows how to defend it. So as I come and I turn, and he drops his weight back, from here, if I hook around here, I could drop him very, very easily. And that's working because his weight is going backwards. So his tendency is going backwards. He's loading onto that back foot and taking his shoulders behind that center line to counterbalance me pulling him forwards. So I don't pull him forwards, I hook, and I drive him backwards. Once we're on the ground, obviously it's important I control the position and finish the pass. Okay, but that little counter to his defense is going to work really well. You get someone set up for it, get them nervous about that Seoi Nage, they're dropping their weight back, you time it, you can put them straight on the ground. Moving on to the ground, we've been looking at passing the guard from the point that the guard is open. And I've been doing that deliberately to get people's understanding around the fact these techniques are like Lego bricks. We can take them apart and make something slightly different with them. So I want to look now at options for opening the guard. You know, before we kind of assumed he opens the guard to go for something, or we're just entering into an open guard position. Now I'm in this bad situation where he has a closed guard around me. Now, posture in the guard is one of the most important things. He is going to try and break me down. If he has me broken down here, I am liable to all kinds of attacks. Okay? If I have posture, go for an armbar. You know, that armbar's really not there for it, because my elbow's already out. Go for a triangle. Okay? Go for a choke. I'm really not worried about these techniques all the time I have posture. The second I broke it down though, I'm in a lot of danger. Down here, he's got these chokes really quickly, arm bars and everything. So I need to be able to get my posture back. He's broken me down. Now, if I just lift against his arms, I am using my back muscles, and my back muscles pretty much only to work against his entire body strength. I'm going to lose, and I'm probably going to injure myself. I'm going to put my back out trying to do it, especially at my age. So I cannot do that. If he's got me broken down, what I need to do is come backwards towards his hip line and then lift up. The second thing that's important is I can't just let him hang out with grips. I love to get this cross grip. And a lot of people just sleep on it and let you keep that cross grip. That's very dangerous because any moment, if I lose my balance and I go down, he's got me. That arm's trapped. He's going to set up chokes. It's a very dangerous position. I have to fight these grips. If his hand's coming in here, look, I could do this. One hand on my gi, one hand on there. I could do this, two hands on his arm. I cannot let him get comfortable with his grips. Okay? From this position, we're going to look at a few different ways of opening the guard. So my route one is staying nice and low. Going to take this nicely into his solar plexus. Hand goes to his hip. My knee is just going to come in just a teensy bit, just to disrupt the line of his spine. From here, I get heavy through his hip and I open outwards. And those feet pop open. So it works like a little can opener. I've got heavy here, I get across his hips, and I pop that open using my back. What'll happen sometimes is I don't quite get it open, so his feet still stay hooked, but I've got him braced. From there, it's easy to complete this, to pop that open, okay? Because it's all under strain, so it'll pop open. If I try and pop it open by reaching back here, it's very hard. He's got all of his strength of his legs, and I've put myself into a real compromised position for him to start attacking me, okay? So creating that brace, ideally I pop it all the way open. Even if I don't, I've made a very easy opportunity with the pressure to just pop and unhook, because it's under strain, so it'll pop open. So that's option one for opening his guard. Option two, and this one I really like, is I'm going to open his gi down into his armpits. From here, I'm going to get onto my toes, and I'm just going to pop up. My knees are together, and from here, look, I can sit down. My shoulders go back. I can counterbalance his weight, okay? From there, it's very easy to break because all of his weight is hanging off of him. This works really nicely because my knees are into the back of his butt. My hips come backwards, and we make a balance. It's very important that I take my weight backwards. If I stay leaning forwards, I'm in a dangerous position. I come here, but I stay here, I'm disrupted. He'll sweep me or attack me. But if I get my knees under his butt and I sit down, from here, I'm in a powerful position to open that guard. The third option, which is a variation on that one we've just seen, that I really like. When I go out here and I start going to set this up, sometimes they climb real high under your armpits. If I pop up now, he's going to armbar me. He's got me really, really in a bad position. But watch, I'm going to pop my hips up and bring one knee in and just sit down. This pops up through the middle. I can now work any of my guard passes I want from here. So let's see that one again. I open the gi, pin it down into his armpits. He's climbing, hoping to catch me out. I walk back, I go up, my knee comes to the middle, and I just sit down. And that works like a little wedge coming through. You know, sometimes it gets a little bit friendly, that knee coming through, a little bit uncomfortable for him, but it's gonna work, it's gonna pop it open. You're in a very strong position there to now go in, go to our knee cut passes, whatever we want to go to. That's actually a pass I use quite a lot, a way of opening the guard. Just want to show you, without Russ in the way, what's happening. I've walked back, I've come up on my toes, and I just step this knee to the middle and sit down. So, as we so often see, you know, yoga, there's a lot of yoga movements that are really applicable to Jiu-Jitsu. So, you know, for the team here, I always recommend everybody, if you get the chance to do a little bit of yoga, even if it's just downloading videos on YouTube and doing it yourself, you know, go to a class if you can, but if you can't, just some of these yoga stretches and these yoga positions are really applicable to Jiu-Jitsu. Thanks for helping me out. Good training.
Professor!
Woo! Thanks, man.
Go.